Good morning, folks, and welcome to a surprise edition of Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea. I've been asked this morning what I think of this proposed European Super League, so I had three or four people say, why don't you do a video on it? So here it is, upon your request of three or four of you. Probably because we're not getting to the pub at the minute and not discussing it between ourselves, so I suppose it's good to discuss in this format. I don't think it'll happen, and the reason I don't think that'll happen is because Rule 9L9 of the Premier League rules and conditions says that you need Premier League approval to join another league, or you can actually be expelled from the Premier League. So I wonder how much money this Super League would actually bring in, and would it be enough to basically subsidise the loss of Premiership money? And when you think of how many Premiership we play, 19 Premiership games, we would also be banned from the FA Cup and the League Cup, from what I hear. So yeah, you're going to have all your eggs in one basket, and that's going to be, there's 12 teams, that's going to be 22 games, I suppose, of European Super League football. So I don't think it'll happen, but this morning there's been a few resignations from, is it the European Council of Football? So I don't know. What do I think? I think if we, as a club, and for those other clubs, to get banned from playing Premier League football, it's sad for us fans. You know, I'm one of these people that I think tradition, custom, it means a fair bit. And I know life has to go on, and football's no different to anywhere else. But I think of, you know, the smaller clubs in throughout the whole football tree. You know, in playing in the I still call it the old fourth division, still in Division 2. You know, or those in the Championship even. You know, to be able to work hard to get promoted to play against the likes of Chelsea, it's a big thing, and the money does drip down. Not enough. I think if they're doing anything, they should be having a competition where some of the money goes to the smaller clubs. You know, really putting thought into that, because some of these clubs, the lifeline of some towns and cities all over the UK and all over Europe, I expect. You know, they're relying on footfall to go and watch them every week, and the few scrapings they get from cup runs and that sort of thing, it can literally be a lifeline to them. It can decide whether their club continues or not. So I think, particularly in times of a pandemic, when their revenues have been cut, I just don't. It just seems like a greed thing. It's not a Super League. And then, listen, I'm going to put my Tottenham, because I don't like Tottenham, I'm going to put that bias to one side. They've sacked Jose this morning, by the way. Some of the slants he walked out appeared to be nonsense. It appears that he was sacked after the 2-2 draw, or might have been sacked this morning, but discussions took place then. But Tottenham have not won the Premier League, or the First Division Championship as it was then, since 1961. Since 1961. I think their last actual trophy was when they beat us. Was that 2008 in the League Cup final? How on earth, they're in debt from their stadium. How on earth Are Tottenham Hotspur a super European force? How? How? They're not even in the Champions League this year. It's a bit more of a case for Arsenal. Great history. But right at this very moment, European Super League, really? It's a European money league. It's a European greed league. Surely the supporters should have been consulted. If you're going to lose your Premiership status and you're going to lose the FA Cup and the League Cup, you're going to lose all your tradition. You're going to lose basically all your ties to your home country. Surely the supporters should have been consulted. It looks like a league where there's no relegations or promotions, but even if there is, once those teams leave the Premiership or their respective countries' leagues, they're not going to be allowed back in. It just seems like an ill thought out power grab, greed grab. Now I know that some of the people speaking out, UEFA, FIFA, the Premier League, Sky TV, are part of the problem. They're part of the fans' problem. They've basically allowed stupid wages, stupid ticket prices. Their fees for watching them on TV go up and up, far above the rate of inflation. And UEFA are about as corrupt as you can get, so are FIFA. So I can see wanting to break away from that, but at the moment that's all we've got. So vote for people on those boards who are trustworthy, if that's possible. But don't break up tradition. I want us to win the European Cup again, the Champions League, again. I like the fact that you can get small clubs in the group stages. Big nights for them. You get the occasional upset. I like that. But it is all about money. They must have such a TV deal in place and such. I bet it's about £100 a ticket to watch these Super League games. I bet it's not a tenner. I bet they're not saying, oh, we're doing it for the fans. We're going to let you in for a tenner. No, that ain't going to happen, is it? Oh, we've got special shirts. We've got Super League shirts. £100 a pop. £200 a kit. The other reason I don't think it'll happen is what about the players? What about the players registered with the Premier League, presumably? Because like when we play Sunday morning football, or even when you play Saturday for money, you register with that league, don't you? And what about the players if they're not going to be allowed to play international football? You know, no Mason Mount, no Reece James. They've worked really, really hard. No Ben Chilwell. They've worked really, really hard to get there. Play for their country. They're proud to play for their country, some of them boys. And that's not going to happen either. I can't see it. I really cannot see it happening. Anyway, I won't drone on and on and on. I personally don't think it'll happen. If it does happen and we get expelled from the Premier League, I'm just ashamed of the club that I've loved for 50 years. I'm ashamed now that they're part of it, because surely we've got enough money. Surely Roman Abramovich has got enough money. How many yachts do you need? How many yachts can you physically sail on in one go? As a club, what's the point of buying Haaland if you're not going to play in your home country's league? I'm sorry, If that is the case, I'm disgusted, and a little bit of my heart will always be Chelsea. But I'll be honest with you, I won't be buying any TV rights. I won't. I want to. I'll be slapping myself round the face saying don't. But I'll probably go and, I don't know, watch Fulham or Brentford or someone. Because this just doesn't sit right with me. So there you go, there's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, and yeah, we'll get a little bit of debate going in the YouTube comments. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this unexpected Mainly Talks Chelsea video, and well, up to Chelsea if we've still got one.